All right. Thank you very much. Number one is the future value annuity, and the second one is the present value annuity. So you can see annuity in the two dimensions. Number one is the annuity for future value and annuity for present value. So actually, what is the annuity? Annuity is an annuity is a series of equal payment for specified numbers of years. So here, when we see the sorry, when we see the all right, where are we? When we see the definition here, again, an annuity is a series of equal payment. So you can see here the equal payment occurs during the uh, the period given. Here 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. So the equal amount here is the 100 here, and it's repeated. That's why we call it series. So dia akan berulang untuk satu tempoh masa yang tertentu for a specified numbers of years. Here, we know already the limit of the year. So we know exactly the numbers of year involved in these situations. There are two types of annuity. Number one is the ordinary annuity, and the second one is the annuity due. So before we proceed, I would like to know, uh, can you give the example of the annuity in our life? Apakah contoh yang anda boleh kaitkan dengan situasi annuity di dalam kehidupan kita? So please give the example that we can relate this annuity in our real life. So siapa nak mulakan? Siapa boleh beri contoh ya keadaan annuity ini di dalam kehidupan kita? Anyone? Boleh dengar saya dengan jelas? Can you hear me clearly? Alright, boleh beri contoh apa keadaan yang boleh dikaitkan dengan annuity? Uh, if you can see here, this is the formula for the annuity. Okay, number one is the present value annuity, the formula for the present value annuity, and this is the future value annuity. Okay, this is the formula of the future value annuity. You can see here the payment here and the payment here. Payment can be payment in or payment out, cash flow in and cash flow out, right? So apakah contoh-contoh yang kita boleh kaitkan dengan annuity? Contohnya kita membayar, okay, suatu jumlah tertentu untuk suatu tempoh masa tertentu. Alright, contohnya kita membayar satu jumlah yang sama pada tiap-tiap bulan untuk suatu tempoh masa tertentu, atau kita mendapat atau kita menerima pembayaran yang sama jumlahnya untuk suatu tempoh masa tertentu. So ada siapa yang ingin memberi contoh yang kita boleh kaitkan dengan annuity ini? Please, kita buat cepat sikit. Kalau you lambat, lambat dah keadaan. Alright, you can see here, the contoh-contoh, the example is macam kita bayar uh, kereta, okay? Car loan. Okay, we pay the same amount every month for 7 years. Okay, very precise. The car loan, the housing loan that we pay every month, the same, the equal amounts for 7 years for the car loan, for 30 years for the housing loan. That is what we pay. Okay, what we pay or cash outflow ataupun aliran tunai keluar. Apa yang kita terima? What kind of payment that we receive? For example here, Rauda, that katakan kita ada, we have the factory, we have the building, and we rent out to the public out there. Dan kita menerima and we receive payment of rent every month. Okay, kita ada rumah, we have the house, and we rent out the house for the public out there, and we receive rent payment every month. Katakan let's say 700 per month. Okay, and the agreement of rental agreement is for 5 years. Okay, we know already the rental, the agreement. So the payment of the rental is for 5 years, and we receive, let's say, 700 ringgit per month for 5 years when we rented out our factory, our house, for example. Okay, setakat itu boleh dapat. And also the insurance payment, the premium. Okay, we pay for the premium, let's say 500 for PA premium, personal accident, for the certain period of time that we know already. We certainly know already the term of the agreement. So let's say we pay insurance premium 500 ringgit every month for 10 years. Okay, that is also the annuity. Again, what is the annuity? Annuity is the series of equal payment for specified numbers of years, meaning that we pay or we receive the payment in the similar amount for a certain number of years. Okay. So there are two types of ordinary here. There are two types of annuity here. Number one is the ordinary annuity, and number two is the annuity deal. Boleh dapat? Sekat tu okey? Ada dua jenis annuity. Number satu adalah ordinary annuity, and number two is annuity deal. So what is the obvious difference between the ordinary annuity and the annuity deal? Apakah perbezaan terbesar yang membezakan ordinary annuity dan annuity deal? So what is the difference between ordinary annuity and annuity deal? Okay, here. Okay, you can see here This is the ordinary annuity. Ordinary annuity, the payment. Okay? The payment occur at the end of the period. Pembayaran berlaku pada penghujung sesuatu tempoh masa tertentu. That is the annuity, ordinary annuity. Saya kata boleh ikut? Can you follow me? What is the ordinary annuity? Ordinary annuity, the payment occur at the end of the period. Let's say this, katakan ini adalah tempoh ni adalah 1 bulan. Okay, bulan 1, bulan 2, bulan 3, bulan 4. Bermakna pembayarannya berlaku pada hujung-hujung bulan. Let's say pada 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 hari bulan. Right? That is the ordinary annuity. So, boleh berikan saya contoh what kind of payment normally occur at the end of the month? Apakah pembayaran-pembayaran yang kita buat atau kita terima biasanya pada hujung bulan? Yes, pembayaran gaji. Okay, pembayaran gaji, our salary. Okay, our monthly salary normally pay at the end of the month. Okay, tak kira lah sama ada we are the employer or we are the employee. Normally in Malaysia practice, we pay the salary at the end of the month. Sama ada kita adalah pekerja atau kita majikan, biasanya pembayaran berlaku pada hujung bulan. Good. Now, annuity due. Annuity due, you can see here, happen at the beginning of the month or at the beginning of the period here. So, can you hear? Can you see the diagram or the timeline here? So you boleh nampak, this is what we call annuity due. Annuity due, annuity due, annuity due. So what is the annuity? Annuity is a series of equal payment for a specified numbers of years. So now, what is the example of the annuity due? Apakah pembayaran-pembayaran sorry, excuse. Apakah pembayaran-pembayaran yang biasa kita buat atau yang biasa kita terima pada awal bulan? Okay. Utilities bill such as water, electricity, unified internet, Astro, and so on. Normally we pay biasanya kita buat bila? Biasanya kita buat 1 bulan, 2 bulan. Okay. Okay. Biasanya kita buat 1 atau 2 hari bulan. Yes, rent payment, payment of rent, car loan. Normally we pay at the beginning of the period. Okay. Contohnya pinjaman kereta biasanya kita buat before 10. Okay. Before 10 every month. Okay. Biasanya sewa rumah. Okay. Biasanya kalau kita yang biasa menyewa, kita akan bayar sewa dulu. Okay. We pay the payment first. We pay the rent first. And then we stay throughout the months. Okay. Biasanya kita bayar sewa dulu di sini. Kita bayar sewa. Kemudian barulah kita duduk di rumah sewa tersebut sehingga habis bulan, kemudian kita bayar sewa untuk next month, and we stay the house, and then we pay the another rent, and we stay here, and then we pay again, and we stay here. Okay, bermakna sewa rumah ataupun car loan, okay, pinjaman kenderaan, biasanya kita bayar pada awal bulan, kemudian kita akan guna, dan kita bayar pada bulan berikutnya, dan kita akan guna, kita bayar bulan berikutnya, kita akan guna. Okay. Di sini anda dapat lihat, di sini kita dapat gaji. Okay. We receive our salary here if we are employee of the company. Okay. We receive the payment here. Pada hujung bulan kita terima gaji. Okay. Pada bulan awal bulan berikutnya, we pay or we settle our utilities bill, we settle our car loan, settle our rent, okay, house rent and so on. Dan kita akan the balance, okay, we survive here until the next gaji, until the next salary. So we receive the salary and then we pay again all the debts, all the bill, all the utilities, all the loan, and then we survive here and we receive gaji here, we receive the salary, and then the next month we pay all the utilities, all the debts, and then we survive and we receive the gaji, the next salary, and then the situation happen again and again in our life. Okay, setakat itu ada soalan? Any question? Ada soalan? Okay, this is the formula of the present value annuity. Dia macam ni, present value annuity. And also this is the formula for future value annuity. Right? This is using the table. Macam nampak table itu, table tu ada bahagian ataupun ada section untuk annuity, future value annuity and the present value annuity. So here this is the example. So please find the present value received 500 received at the end of each year of the next 3 years discounted back to the present at 10%. So what is the keyword used here? The end of the year. Okay, at the end of each year. So when the question state clearly at the end of the year, meaning that we use ordinary annuity. End of the year. This is the keyword for ordinary annuity. Okay, 3 years discounted back. Discounted back means this is the present value. A keyword for present value is discounting or discounted. So 10%, 500. So this is the calculations using the formula, and this is for table. Right? Ataupun, or you can use this formula. Okay, present value annuity, just plug in the number, the figures in the formula. So 1 minus 1 over 1 plus I power of n over I. So I here is 10% for the 3 years. Okay, I here is 10%. So boleh dapat? So cuba kira, dapat atau tak? Boleh dapat? The answer is 1243.43. 1243.50. Okay, it's slightly different between the formula and also the table. So any problem? Boleh dapat jawapan tersebut? Okay, this is year 1, this is year 2, and this is year 3. Zin, okay? Okay, dah salin benda ni? This formula also you can get from Google. Okay. Boleh saya padam benda ni? Here you can see using the timeline. Okay. Kalau kita buat timeline ni macam tadi, apa yang kita boleh nampak? Okay. Let's say here year 0, 1, 2, and 3, 3 years. So the payment happened at the end of the period. Okay. 500, 500, and 500. Okay. We bring back here, we bring back to the present because this is the present value annuity. Present value annuity deal. Okay. So here, di sini kita akan dapat this is year 1. Okay, 1. This is 2. This is 3 years. Boleh dapat? So here is the 454.5. Here 413.2, and then 375.66. So the total is 1243.43. This is the diagram, or when we transform the question into timeline. All right. Any question? How about the table? Okay, let's see the table. Okay, ini adalah table present value annuity. Okay, present value annuity. Nampak sini? Present value annuity. Okay, present value and annuity. Pastikan guna table yang betul. Okay, present value annuity here. So the period is 3 years. Okay, 3 years here. And 10%. Okay, 10% here. So where is the coordinate? Coordinate is here. Okay, 2.4869. 10%, 3 years 2.4869. Okay, dapat itu? Ni ya. 502.3 4869. Okay, 4869. So you akan dapat result yang hampir sama di sini. Boleh nampak? Boleh dapat di situ? Boleh kita ke slide yang lain? Okay, move to the another slide. Okay, cuba buat benda ni. What is the accumulated sum of each of the following stream of payment? 500 a year for 15 years, compounded annually at 5%, and 800 a year for 10 years, compounded annually 7%. What is the PV of the following annuity? To 2,500 at a year for 15 years, discounted back to the present 8%, and 280 a year for 5 years, discounted back at the present 9%. Okay, here you can see this question did not clearly mention the when the payment occur, either at the beginning or at the end of the year. If the question did not state clearly when the payment happened, so we have to assume that the payment happened at the end of the period. Saya ulang, jika mana-mana soalan tidak menyatakan dengan jelas sama ada pembayaran tersebut berlaku pada awal atau akhir sesuatu tempoh, kita kena andaikan bahawa pembayaran tersebut berlaku pada akhir tempoh. Because of what? Because kebanyakan, most of the payment in our real life happen at the end of the period. Okay, again, if the question did not mention clearly when the payment occur, so we have to assume that the payment occur at the end of the period. Got it? Dia sama macam soalan ini. Soalan in this question did not mention clearly when actually the payment happened. So we have to assume that the payment happened or occur at the end of the period. Or in the another word, this is the ordinary annuity. Okay, cuba buat benda ni. Try to solve this problem. Dan tengok sama ada you all boleh faham atau tak. Okay, 500, 15 years, compounded annually 5%. 850, 10 years, compounded annually at 7%. Okay, sekali lagi, this is Nazifah. Okay, sebelum tu anda kena tanya soalan kepada diri sendiri. When you see the keyword here is compounded, this is the, kalau kita nampak compounded, ini adalah keyword untuk apa? When you see the compounded here, so compounded keyword for, yes, future value. Stream of payment maksudnya berulang-ulang untuk 15 tahun. So when we see discounted here mean present value. This is the future value annuity and this is the present value annuity. Nazifa, tolong kira sekali lagi. Double check your answer please. Okay. Right, thank you, Santian. Okay, the answer for number 1 is ten 789 point berapa Santian tu? Point 5, point 5. Oh, alright. Number 1, 10,789.50. Santian, can I ask you how you calculate this question? Either you use the formula or table, using the table. All right, thank you very much. 21,578 or 579. Okay, time 500. Yes, this is the straight forward answer. Okay, and save the time. Okay, shortcut. So you have to understand the question, what the need of the question first, and just shoot for the answer. Thank you very much, Ante. Okay, how about the second one? $850 a year for 10 years compounded annually at 7%. So Haila, uh, so Haila, please check your answer because I think you missed the decimal point. Okay, Santin 11,743.60. 11. So beware, Suela, next time, please careful with their decimal point. All right? Tak apa, learn from the mistake. 743.60. All right, now we go for present value. So remember, when you see compounded, this is the future value. Ke depan, okay? Future value. Compounded is the future value. And now you see the keyword here is discounting, discounted, discounted. So understood, this is the present value. Okay, this is the present value here. So try for question A, question number 1 and question number 2 here. A and B. Okay, 2A and 2B here. Okay. Also, you can use the shortcut formula, or you can use the long formula, or you can use the table as well. Zin. Okay, Zin here is the others. Please check the Zin answer here. 21 398.75. Okay, for 2B. Uh, 1089.12. How about the rest? Thank you, Suhana. Good answer. Alright, yang lain dapat? Okay, next week, I will give you the quiz number one. Okay, next week, I will give you the quiz number one, which is cover chapter 1, 2, 3. Quiz number one, cover chapter 1, 2, 3 on Monday. Okay, wait. Can we continue? Kita sambung sini. Okay, the second one is the annuity deal. Masih ingat lagi apa maksud annuity deal just now? Can you remember what is the annuity deal? Okay, repeat. Annuity deal, the annuity happen or occur at the beginning of each period. Normally, when you see the question will state clearly the payment occur at the beginning of the year. Okay. Mana-mana soalan pun akan menyatakan dengan jelas bahawa pembayaran, sama ada pembayaran masuk ataupun pembayaran keluar ini berlaku pada awal bulan. All the question will clearly state the payment, either the payment in or payment out, happen or occur at the beginning of the year. Tak kira lah apa perkataan dia guna, tetapi dia akan menunjukkan pembayaran tersebut berlaku awal tempoh. At the beginning, at early of the month, start early of the month. Semua perkataan-perkataan yang menunjukkan pembayaran tersebut berlaku pada awal bulan. Alright? So this is the formula for the present value annuity and the future value annuity. Okay, annuity due. Dia ada penambahan 1 plus I di belakangnya. 1 plus I di belakangnya kalau anda perasan. Okay, dia ada 1 plus I at the back of the formula. Okay, let's see the example here. Please find the present value. Here is state a present value at the beginning of the year for 5 years. Discounted back to the present 6%. Okay, present value discounted at the beginning, 5 years. So clearly this question very straightforward. Soalan ini meminta present value annuity. present value annuity due. So this is from the table. Okay, that 5 years 6%, 5 years 6%. Tengok. So 5 years here, 5 years here, and 6%. Pak, di sini adalah dia punya coordinate. So the coordinate here is 42124. Pak sini kan? Okay, 2124, 212. Kemudian di sini ada 1.06, ini 1.06. So the answer is 2232.36. And the next one is we are going, okay, to deposit 1,000 at the beginning of each year for 5 years in a bank where the bank will pay us 5% interest. How much will we get at the end of 5 years? Okay, kita akan masukkan duit pada awal bulan selama 5 tahun. Pada penghujung tahun kelima, berapa nilainya? So this is the future value. This is the present value. Nampak? Apa perbezaan soalan di sini? So 1,000 future value interest factor annuity 5% 5 years 1 plus 0.5. So 1,000 5.526. This is from the table. And 1.05 5,802 ringgit 0.30 at the end of year 5. This is the present value and this is the future value. Okay, kalau kita masukkan dalam formula, we try to plug in the formula untuk soalan yang bawah. Yang bawah soalan bawah ni. Okay, tengok soalan yang bawah ni. This is the future value annuity due. Future value annuity due. Okay, the formula first. Future value annuity due. Payment. Okay, PMT is the payment. 1 plus I power of n. About 1 plus n power of n. N is 1. Okay, bagi I. And then at the back of the formula, we must add, kalau dia itu adalah annuity due, kita mesti tambah sini 1 plus I. Okay, 1 plus I. Alright? So, let's we plug in the number, the figures in the formula. So, PMT here is 1,000. Okay, 1,000. So 1 plus I here is the 5%. So 1.05 for 5 years. Power of 5 over minus 1 here. and over I is the 0.05. Nampak? Okay. Here is 1.05. So, masukkan dalam formula. So, kita dapat berapa? So, cuba you buat calculation. Berapa jawapannya di sini? So, boleh dapat jawapannya di sini? Berapa jawapannya? Boleh dapat?
Sir,
Ya.
boleh tak stop share slide sebab saya tak berapa nampak jelas sangat untuk yang saya tulis kat board tu. Sebab saya tak boleh nak besarkan gambar
Screen
saya.
tak boleh nak besar ke screen.
Ya,
Okay, kalau
okey
macam
sir.
tu,
Kalau yang ni boleh. Sekejap ya.
you boleh letak pin dekat saya punya video tu. Alright, boleh nampak?
Boleh sir.
Okay, now just plug in the figures into the formula. Or another option, you can use the formula given in the slide, or also you can use the table.
Okey sir, thank you sir. Saya boleh share balik slide tu.
Alright, how about the answer? Boleh dapat jawapan? Alright, the answer is almost a very close answer. If you use the formula 580 5801.91, and from the table the answer is 5802.30. So kedua-dua jawapan adalah boleh diterima. Both answer are acceptable. Alright. This is from the first answer. The first answer 580.91, and the second one is 5802.3. The both answer acceptable. Perbezaannya hanya sedikit saja pada hujung di belakang tu. Okay, boleh kita sambung? Okay, the last one is perpetuity. Apa maksud perpetuity? Perpetuity is an annuity that continues forever. So, saya nak tanya, what is the difference between the perpetuity and annuity? Apa beza perpetuity dan annuity sebentar tadi? So what is the difference between perpetuity here and the annuity just now? Kalau anda beri perasan tadi, apakah perbezaan yang anda nampak? Cuba lihat balik apa definisi annuity. Okay, look back, what is the definition of the annuity just now? And try to compare with their perpetuity. Apa beza yang kita boleh nampak? What is the difference between annuity and perpetuity? From the definition. Okay, kita tengok balik apa definisi annuity. Annuity is a series of equal payment for specified numbers of year. Okay. Bila diketahui dengan jelas the numbers of year, we know exactly the time period of the annuity. This is the annuity. We know certainly, okay, the time limit of the equal payment. That is what we call the annuity. We already know the annuity. Okay, the maximum date, the maximum years. This is what we call the annuity. But what is the perpetuity? What is the perpetuity? Sorry. Perpetuity is annuity. Perpetuity is an annuity, meaning that a series of equal payment. Okay, perpetuity is an annuity, meaning that a series of equal payment, but there are no time limit. There are no certain the time limit. This annuity continues forever. Okay. Annuity maknanya siri pembayaran ini akan berlantan selama-lamanya sehingga mati. Okay. What is the contoh? What is the example of perpetuity? Apakah contoh perpetuity yang boleh berlaku dalam kehidupan kita? Anyone? Okay, apakah contoh dalam kehidupan kita? Yes, macam pension, okay, macam duit pencen. Sebab we do not know exactly bila kita akan mati, okay? Ataupun kalau kita pencen umur 60 tahun, okay? Kita mungkin akan terima duit pencen sehingga umur 80 tahun. Kalau kita hidup 80 tahun. Kalau kita hidup cuma 5 tahun selepas pencen, let's say we pension at 60 and after 5 years pass away. Okay, so pension kita cuma 5 tahun. But let's say kita hidup 20 tahun selepas pension, dapatlah pension sehingga 80 tahun. Atau kita hidup lagi 5 tahun, 50 tahun after pension. Okay, so 110 tahun ke 50 tahun kita terima pension. That's why the annuity did not set a limit time, okay, for the perpetuity. So the formula is here for the present value annuity, okay, present value perpetuity. The equation represent the perpetuity. So payment, PP is the payment, and I is the interest. Ini adalah calculation yang paling senang dalam dunia. So siapa yang tak boleh jawab ini memang dia akan mati awal. Right? So you have able to answer these perpetuity questions. So the example here, what is the present value of 1,000 perpetuity discounted back at the present at 8%? So 1,000 over 8%, the answer is 12,500. This is a very simple, straightforward answer. Alright? Ini saja formulanya. Okay, ada soalan. Any question? Cuba buat contoh di sini. Saya tengok, mari kita tengok siapa yang paling cepat sekali reply. Alright? Senang ya, straightforward. And the second one? Okay, the first one is 833.33, and the next one is 1900. Okay, semua boleh jawab kan? Alif pun boleh jawab. Thank you very much. So kita pergi ke bahagian yang terakhir sekali, iaitu EAR. Okay, bahagian yang terakhir sekali di sini adalah EAR. What is the EAR? Okay, in your loan agreement, okay, in your loan agreement, the bank state clearly the interest rate. Okay, and the interest rate represent what we call the annual interest rate, ataupun kita panggil annual percentage yield, iaitu APY. But actually there are difference. Kita cakap different how to read the ER and the APR, annual percentage rate and effective annual rate. Ada dua, apa yang tertulis di kertas perjanjian ataupun surat perjanjian adalah effective annual rate. Okay. So we cannot compare the rate with different compounding period. For example, 5% compounded annually adalah tidak sama dengan 5% compounded quarterly. Normally when the frequency of compounding, the compounding frequency is higher. Let's say from yearly only once happen in a year. Semi-annual happen twice a year. Kalau quarterly happen 4 times in a year. Monthly happen 12 times in a year. Apabila kadar kekerapan pengkompoundan akan menyebabkan nilainya lebih tinggi. Okay, when we compound the figure frequently, the amount is higher than only once a time in a year. So adalah tidak wajar untuk membandingkan sekali compound dengan 12 kali compound dalam setahun. Right? To make the rate comparable, we compute the annual percentage yield ataupun kita panggil sini effective annual rate, okay, ataupun EAR. We use EAR to compare the different interest rate or different frequency of compounding. Okay, for example, RM1 invested 1% per month grow to 1.126825, okay, in 1 year. Kalau kita compoundkan dia 12 kali dalam setahun. Thus, even though the interest rate may be quoted as 12% compounded monthly, the effective annual rate or EAR actually is 12.68%. Right? APY, what is the APY or effective annual rate, EAR? M here is the number of compounding period. Okay, so 1.1 plus 0.12 over 12 times in a year. So darab dengan 12 and then minus 1. So effective annual rate is actually 12.68.25%. Okay, I think that's all for today. So, any question before we end our meeting for today?